Today I'm just go ahead and touch on a couple subjects. This video is for a dude. He hit me up. He was asking me which program is better, Ableton Live, Pro Tools, Cubase, Reason. It's all about personal preference, but at the same time, I myself use Reason 4.0, and then I also use Pro Tools LE8. And yeah, Pro Tools is a bit expensive. You got to go out, you got to buy all the, you got to buy the plugins. As far as if you want some of those nice things like auto-tune, or if you want some different type of compressions, or if you want a different limiter, or if you want to get all the things that Pro Tools has to offer, like Strike and Transfuser. I think that's what it's called. I mean, they got a lot of programs that they offer, but it's all personal preference. I can't say yes, Pro Tools is better than another program. I myself love Pro Tools. I don't know how to use it 100%, but I've been studying. That's the one thing. If you're just getting into this into music production, you got to study what you want, what you're doing, and you also got to know what you're going after. But I know a couple people who use Sonar, Cakewalk Sonar. I know some people who use Cubase. I know a cat who uses GarageBand, and they all make the same kind of music. It's all personal preference. So don't get caught up in, oh, well, he's using this and he's using that. Which one should I use? It's all about what you want to do. Every program that you get is probably going to be difficult if you don't understand what an EQ is, what a reverb is, what a delay is, what a compression is, what a limiter is. If you don't understand any of that stuff, then it doesn't matter what program you pick up, because it's always going to be confusing. One thing that I would say is Reason and Pro Tools are one of the best combinations if you're running a PC. Now, some people who use Mac, they may say Logic and Pro Tools is one of the best things. So, I don't know, because I've never used Logic. I've never seen it used, but I know a lot of people who use Mac, they love to use Logic, and people also use Reason on Macs. So it's just a universal thing, I try to stay real universal, so that way if I go to a studio where a cat is using Reason on a Mac, I can still use it, because Reason is a Reason file. It can work on a Mac or a PC. Alright, now Pro Tools itself, Pro Tools LE, you do need to have an interface, which is made from DigiDesign. Rather it be 002 rack, 003 factory, or 003 rack, inbox 1, like very first inbox, or the inbox 2, from the mini to the inbox 2 to the inbox 2 Pro, and then that's for Pro Tools LE. Alright, if you get the Pro Tools Empowered, which is like M-Audio's version of Pro Tools, because Avid, which is sponsors both DigiDesign and M-Audio, they came together with a program called Pro Tools Empowered, which is similar. The functions itself are pretty much all the same. It's a little bit different here and there, but don't let it all throw you off or whatnot. It's a great program, and you'll be able to use it just as if you were using Pro Tools LE. Yeah, and you can use those with M-Audio drivers, which have, in my opinion, better ASIO drivers. If you know what ASIO for all is or whatnot, then you'll know what an ASIO driver is. If not, Google it. It's a great thing to know, because that's pretty much what Cubase and Sonar and Fruity Loops. Those are that's the program that they use in order to convert the music from your audio interface into their program. So you should look that up. If you get Pro Tools LE and you get the DigiDesign driver or the DigiDesign interface, then you don't have to worry about that, because Pro Tools has its own drivers, which makes Pro Tools, which stands Pro Tools apart from those other users or those other programs. That's why Pro Tools is one of the better programs. Also, Pro Tools itself, Pro Tools 8 is awesome. I used Pro Tools 7 and I wasn't too happy, but now that I got Pro Tools 8, I'm always doing a session inside of Pro Tools. I mean, like I said, this is all personal preference, but yes, you do need to have a separate audio interface in order to use Pro Tools. My suggestion, get something that's FireWire, because computers are designed to do things, you know, run programs, multiple applications, so forth, depending on how you build your computer. But computers crash. So if you're using FireWire, you're getting all your stuff going through faster and faster and faster, you're going to do a lot better. If you don't have a FireWire card, don't trip. You can get on eBay and you can get a FireWire card for like $10. Alright? You install it into a PCI slot and you're ready to go. And it's a dual FireWire. Most of the audio interfaces are dual FireWire. 1394 IEEE or something like that. Just, you know, research it. Research it. That's the number one thing. Research, research, research. Let me see. I mean, that's for recording wise, you know, and it helps out a lot, especially if you're going into a professional studio to, you know, lay down some stuff, or, you know, even just let them have whatever you worked on inside your house. Or if you're taking something that you want somebody to get on, and, you know, they're using a completely different program, but, you know, it's just one of those things that you want to have available. Of course, you can always export whatever you did into a WAV file, but what's to say that's how the artist wants it? You know, then you're kind of left with whatever you put onto that WAV file, as opposed to having the actual program. So just keep those kind of things in mind when you're building your own personal studio or whatever you're doing. Just research and find out what fits in your budget and what fits in your plan. Alright? If you got any questions, hit me up. I'll more than likely just make a video, because it's a lot easier than typing. Because music is just a creative art thing, and there's no right or wrong way of doing it. If it sounds good to you, then it just sounds good. Criticize yourself if you're trying to get fans, but at the same time, that thing that you may be feeling, it might be that new trend that that this world needs in order to, you know, come up with a different genre of music. So don't be afraid to be yourself. And like one of the other cats on YouTube said, don't die with your music inside. You know, don't do it. Just get yourself out, express yourself, and stay up. Alright? So hit me up, check out my music, check out my pages, and I'll get at you. Go on.